I heard my girlfriend say that I'm just a winning ticket. She said, I'll leave him as soon as the wedding is paid. Her friends laughed. I pretended I didn't know anything and then left her at the altar. I was about to marry the woman I loved until I heard the truth. To her, I was nothing more than a ticket to a life of luxury. But instead of confronting her, I decided to give her the biggest shock of her life right at the altar. This morning, her sister sent me a message. She's freaking out. Please talk to her. I never thought I would post something like this, but I need to vent. The wedding was 2 months away, and everything I thought I knew about my life was destroyed last Saturday. To give some context, my name is Daniel, I'm 31 years old, and my girlfriend is Kelsey, 28. We've been together for 3 years and engaged for 1. I own a food truck, a business I built from the ground up. It's nothing fancy, but it's successful enough that I could afford to pay for Kelsey's dream wedding. In total, about $75,000. Yes, I know it's an absurd amount of money, but I saved for years because I thought she was worth it. Last Saturday, we had a barbecue at home. Nothing too elaborate, just some friends in the backyard. I was at the grill when I went inside to grab more beer from the garage fridge. That's when I overheard everything through the kitchen window. Kelsey and her 2 best friends, Pat and Isabella, were sitting at the patio table, just under the window. I can't wait for all this to be over, Kelsey said. At first, the food truck was cute, but now, imagine having to tell people that my husband has a roach coach for a job. My hands froze on the fridge door. At least he's paying for the whole wedding, Pat commented. That's something. Yeah, and he's not even that horrible to look at, Isabella added. But what's the long-term plan? Kelsey's voice lowered, but I still managed to hear clearly. He's just a winning ticket. Honestly, as soon as the wedding is paid for, at most I'll put up with him for a year and then I'll leave. My cousin is a divorce lawyer, Kelsey continued. She says I could probably get a good settlement since he has his own business. More laughs. My stomach churned. You're awful, Pat exclaimed, but awful in a smart way. Did you see the face he made when you picked that $10,000 dress? Isabella asked. Oh God, yes, Kelsey responded. He looked like he was going to pass out, but he still said yes because he's desperate to keep me. I clearly heard the disdain in her voice as she continued. The other day, he suggested having a food truck station at the reception. Can you imagine? I shut that idea down immediately and told him my father would be embarrassed. The most ironic part, her father is a mechanic. We've had beers together and he loves my food truck. Anyway, just 2 more months pretending to be the perfect bride, then a year playing house, and I'm free. Who knows? Maybe I'll meet someone better at the country club where we're getting married. After all, those membership fees should be good for something, right? I stood there for minutes that felt like hours, listening to them tear apart every aspect of my life. My business, which gives me a comfortable salary. My apartment, which I bought with my own money. Even the engagement ring I saved for months to buy. At least the ring is decent, Pat said. You can sell it afterward. I'm not even going to sell it, Kelsey replied. It'll be my wedding trophy. They laughed again. I don't know how I managed to keep my calm. I grabbed the beers, went back to the grill, and kept cooking as if nothing had happened. Kelsey came up to me, hugged me from behind, something she always does when she wants me to spend money, and said, Love, can we watch the videos from the expensive videographer I wanted? There was a cancellation. Anything you want, love, I replied and kissed her cheek. She smiled, believing she had me wrapped around her finger. If she noticed my hands were trembling slightly as I flipped the burgers, she didn't show it. The rest of the party felt surreal. I watched her perform, because that's what it was, a performance. The way she took my arm when talking about our plans, how she praised my business in front of my friends while exchanging glances with Pat and Isabella. 3 years of memories started to reshape in my mind. Here's something you need to know about me. I'm not an idiot who's going to sit around crying for months. I've spent my life building something from nothing. I started my business with a second-hand truck and my grandmother's recipes. I learned all of life's lessons the hard way. And now it's Kelsey's turn to learn a lesson about underestimating people. I've already started documenting everything, the wedding expenses all paid out of my pocket, her messages to her friends revealing her plans, the venue contract which is in my name. The wedding was 2 months away. Most deposits can be refunded up to 30 days before the date. I already have some ideas about how this will end, but I need to be strategic. She wants to play? Fine, let's play. But she's about to discover that this winning ticket will be the stone that sinks her whole plan. I'll update when I can. Now I have to go see videographer portfolios with my beloved girlfriend. Note that I said beloved in quotes. Update 1. Hey, Reddit. It's been 2 weeks since my last post, and things have escalated quickly. Thanks for all the support and advice. I've been documenting everything carefully while pretending everything is normal. And, oh my God, you won't believe what I discovered last night. It was the breaking point. I was sitting in the kitchen when Kelsey started a video call with Pat, completely forgetting I was there because she was using AirPods. The conversation I overheard made my blood boil. My God, Daniel is so naive, Kelsey laughed. He just transferred another $48,000 for the banquet deposit. Can you believe this idiot really sold his dream car to pay for my perfect wedding? I stayed silent, recording everything with my phone. And then she dropped this bomb. As soon as this is over, I'll have the perfect wedding to launch my influencer career. Who needs a husband with a food truck when you can turn a luxurious wedding into something better? The marketing guy is already texting me about potential opportunities. My hands were shaking, but I kept my composure. This was no longer just about the money. She was already preparing for her next target while squandering my savings. The next morning, I began executing my plan. The first thing I did was go to the ceremony venue and have a sincere conversation with the manager, Sarah. I showed her the messages and recordings. She was disgusted and agreed to help me. The venue is still reserved, but she will keep the deposit in a separate account. If Kelsey tries to take over the booking after I leave her standing at the altar, she's in for a big surprise. Then something unexpected happened. Kelsey's sister reached out to me privately. Apparently, she had suspected something was wrong with her sister for a while. She showed me screenshots from Kelsey's private Instagram, where she was posting indirect messages about evolving in life and using what you have to get what you want. Very classy. Daniel, I love my sister, but what she's doing is wrong, she told me over coffee. It's been like this since high school. She uses people and then throws them away. I'll support you when everything blows up. The hardest part has been acting normal. Yesterday, Kelsey threw a tantrum because I suggested cutting the flower budget. She screamed that I was ruining her special day and stormed off to stay at Pat's house. The old me would have apologized and given in. Instead, I used the alone time to get a few things done. I contacted all the vendors and explained the situation. To my surprise, most of them were very understanding. I managed to get written agreements for the refund of deposits. I transferred my savings to a new bank account that she doesn't know about. I found all the receipts for the wedding expenses, almost $3,000 so far. I discovered that she had been secretly recording content about the wedding preparations for a future YouTube channel called Kelsey Luxury Life, while telling me she wanted an intimate and private ceremony. And the cherry on top, I found her journal. Yes, she still keeps it hidden in the drawer of the desk. While I was looking for insurance documents, I stumbled upon it. What was written there made me sick. Daniel is so pathetically in love with me that he'll never realize. And that stupid car collection of his should have disappeared already. Who wants to be married to a guy who spends weekends working on a food truck? She came home this morning acting like nothing had happened, talking about cake tastings and tablecloth colors. I smiled and nodded, knowing that in 6 weeks, she'll understand what it's like to lose everything she's invested. Some things I didn't expect. Her friend Isabella reached out to warn me. Too late, dear. Apparently, Kelsey has done this before. My sister saw Kelsey flirting with another man at the supermarket. Kelsey has been telling others that I'm controlling just because I wanted to see the vendor contracts. She already bought a backup wedding dress with my credit card, which I've already disputed with the bank. I have everything documented. Photos, videos, screenshots, receipts. The wedding is still on. At least for her. But I have something special planned for the big day. No violence, no crazy scenes. Just a well-calculated master move. And the best part. She keeps insisting on adding luxury details because it's only a few $1,000s more. What she doesn't know is that now the contracts are in her name. When I don't show up at the altar, she'll be the only one responsible for every penny. I've stopped wearing my engagement ring when she's not around. It's a small detail, but it helps me remember that I'm almost free. 6 more weeks of pretending to be the perfect fiancé, and then she'll learn what happens when you confuse kindness with weakness. Thanks for letting me vent. Reddit. My next update will probably be after the wedding. Wish me luck. I'll need it to keep my calm until then. Update 2. This morning was surreal. I woke up at 6 a.m., made coffee, and sent the mass message I had prepared weeks ago. A simple video compiling Kelsey's conversations with Pat and Isabella, discussing their plan to use the wedding as their golden ticket, followed by screenshots of the message group where they laughed about evolving into wealthier men after marriage. I sent it to our families, godparents, bridesmaids, and closest friends. Then I turned off my phone and went to the gym. When I got home around 9 a.m., all hell had broken loose. My sister Delilah was bombarding me with messages on my backup phone, the only one she knew existed, giving me real-time updates from the church. Oh my God, brother. Kelsey's mom is yelling at her in the bridal suite, totally out of control. She keeps screaming, "How could you be stupid enough to get caught?" She's not even mad about what Kelsey did, just that she got caught. I sat on the couch, drank my protein shake, and followed everything through Delilah's messages. At first, Kelsey tried to say the videos were edited or taken out of context. That defense fell apart when Isabella, trying to save her own reputation, threw her under the bus and confirmed everything in the family group. The best part, Kelsey had convinced her parents to put their credit cards up as collateral for several non-refundable deposits, promising to pay everything with wedding money. Now they owe nearly $130,000. I guess trusting their daughter's get-rich-quick scheme wasn't the best idea. Around 10 a.m., Kelsey started calling me from different numbers. I didn't answer, but the messages she left were epic. "Baby, please, they don't understand our love. I was just messing around with the girls. You can't do this to me. You know how much money my parents spent. I swear to God." And the best one, "Daniel, if you don't show up, I'll tell everyone you abused me." That last one was particularly stupid, considering I recorded all our interactions over the past 2 months. Just in case. My favorite message came from Pat. "You ruined her life. She had it all planned. She was going to make you buy a house and then divorce so she could keep half in the settlement. Thanks for the confession, genius." By 11 a.m., Delilah reported total chaos at the church. Half of the guests had already left. Kelsey's dad was having a meltdown over the credit card charges. Her mom was still yelling, but now at the wedding planner, demanding a refund. Isabella and Pat tried to escape, but they were cornered by Kelsey's aunts, who take the family reputation very seriously. The most glorious moment. Kelsey, in her $15,000 wedding dress, whose payment I secretly canceled last week, running toward the parking lot, screaming my name, mascara running down her face. She tried to drive to my house, but forgot her car was at the beauty salon. She had to wait while the bridesmaids helped her squeeze that giant dress into an Uber. Delilah filmed the whole thing. I even felt a little sorry for the guests who traveled from far away. So I let the reception place serve the food anyway. No party, just a regular lunch. Most people stayed, and apparently they had fun gossiping about what happened. The open bar probably helped. Now it's 6 p.m., and I have 145 missed calls, mostly from Kelsey's family. Her sister keeps sending me messages saying that Kelsey is completely destroyed and needs closure. Yeah, well, I needed a faithful girlfriend, not a scam artist planning to steal from me. The only problem, Kelsey's cousin showed up at my house trying to act tough. I just played the video of Kelsey mocking her recent divorce on my doorbell camera. He left pretty quickly after that. I know some people might think leaving someone at the altar is cruel, but you know what's more cruel? Taking advantage of someone's love for money. Playing with someone's trust and future just to finance a better lifestyle. At least I gave Kelsey the wedding drama she clearly wanted, just not in the way she planned. Tomorrow, I'm heading to my lake house for a week. Delilah is handling the family fallout and having a lot of fun with it. I blocked Kelsey everywhere, but I kept her sister's number, partly to keep myself informed, partly because watching Kelsey's perfect plan crumble is oddly satisfying. Oh, and those photos of the engagement ring Kelsey posted on Instagram, bragging about her perfect 3-carat diamond. It was cubic zirconia. I swapped it out months ago when I discovered her plan. I hope she didn't try to pawn it to resell. Previous update. It's been a week since I left Kelsey at the altar, and oh my God, the fallout has been nuclear. Grab some popcorn because this story is long. First, my phone hasn't stopped ringing. Kelsey's friends keep sending me desperate messages. She's falling apart. Please, just talk to her. You ruined her life. I hope you're happy. Yes, I'm happy. The same friends who were laughing with Kelsey about her brilliant plan are now begging me to fix the mess they created. The morning after the wedding, Kelsey showed up at my house, screaming like a madwoman. I recorded everything with my doorbell camera. She was banging on my door at 6 a.m., mascara running down her face, still wearing part of the wedding dress, now covered in dirt, and screaming that I had no right to humiliate her like that. My neighbor called the police, but she ran off before they arrived. Remember Isabella and her friends, the ones laughing at the slap? Well, their circle is collapsing too. Pat's boyfriend saw the video I sent and realized she was planning to do the same thing to him. He broke up with her on the spot. Isabella's boyfriend is now questioning their entire relationship. The scammer club is in free fall. But it gets even better. Kelsey worked at a real estate office, and on Monday, she had a total meltdown at work. She started shouting insults when asked about the wedding and threw a stapler at her manager's head. She was fired on the spot. Her boss even called me afterward to apologize. I found out that Kelsey had been telling everyone at work that she would soon quit her job because my family's money would support her. The problem? I built my own business from scratch. And now she's unemployed, with thousands of dollars in credit card debt from non-refundable deposits. The video I sent to everyone is being shared all over our social networks. Kelsey's parents saw their own daughter laughing while planning to scam me. Her father, whom I actually liked, called me yesterday crying. He said he and Kelsey's mom sacrificed everything to pay for her college. They worked extra jobs to give her a good life, and now they can't even look her in the face. They're selling their car to help pay for the wedding debt she racked up. Kelsey's been posting absurd rants on social media, trying to paint herself as the victim, but I have screenshots of everything. Every time she posts some sad story, I just reply with her own words. My favorite is a video where she tells Pat, "Daniel is just a winning lottery ticket. When the wedding's paid for, I'll find someone who really matters." And the best part, her perfect plan B is also collapsing. That rich guy she was planning to chase after divorcing me. He saw the videos and messaged me on LinkedIn to thank me for the warning. I found out that Kelsey had already been sending him suggestive messages while we were still engaged. My sister Delilah has been my hero through all of this. Yesterday, she went to Kelsey's favorite bar and filmed her trying to claim I was abusive. Delilah just played the video of the scam plan right there in the bar. The whole place turned against Kelsey. She tried to throw a drink at my sister, but she slipped and face-planted into a table. It was all recorded and is already going viral in our town's Facebook groups. For a moment, I almost felt sorry for her. Almost. But then I remember being at that barbecue, listening to her laugh about how she was using me. How she only tolerated my kisses and touches until she found someone better. All that time I pretended not to know. I lay next to her while she thought that I was just a fool with a checkbook. The cherry on top is that she can't even afford to keep the apartment without my help. Her roommate has already posted on Facebook looking for someone to take over the rent. From what I heard, Kelsey is going back to her parents' house, who can barely look at her. Her mom told my mom that she's not sure if she'll ever be able to trust her daughter again. Some people say I went too far, that I could have ended things with her in a normal way, but you know what? Actions have consequences. She didn't just try to deceive me. She tried to humiliate me, using me as a winning lottery ticket while pretending to love me. So yeah, I made sure to expose to everyone who she really is. I'm doing great. By the way, my business is growing. Seems like people respect those who stand up against scammers. I've got a trip scheduled for next month, and I'm paying for it with all the money I saved by canceling the honeymoon. To everyone who supported me, thank you. To Kelsey, who's probably reading this, I hope it was worth it. How do you say winning lottery ticket? Reddit comment. This story is proof that some people play a dangerous game without thinking about the consequences. Kelsey tried to manipulate, deceive, and humiliate someone who truly believed in her. But in the end, it was her who ended up destroyed by her own lies. It's amazing how the truth always comes to light, and when that happens, the house of cards comes crashing down mercilessly. Many people may think I went too far, but did I really? I just made sure everyone knew the truth about who Kelsey really is. And honestly, anyone who tries to use another person as just a winning lottery ticket to climb in life deserves to face the consequences of their own actions. In the end, this story teaches us a big lesson. Respect and honesty are crucial in any relationship. If you need to deceive someone to achieve your goals, maybe those goals are wrong. But what do you think? Did I go too far? Or did I just serve justice? Leave your thoughts in the comments. If this story kept you hooked from beginning to end, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Every day, I bring incredible stories like this. Oh, and there are 2 more must-see stories here on the screen waiting for you. Pick one and come along with me. I'll leave this here until the next story full of unexpected twists.